So, this is a Telefunken M15, which the recorder was built between 1971 and 77. This is about 6,000 times, and this is the number 2929, so just under 3,000, which would mean it was built probably in about sometime near the end of 1974. Now, as you can see, I've taken the covering off it. So, yes, I've taken the covering off of it so that you can see how the bits work. I thought it might be a bit more interesting for you. And if I, for argument's sake, if I hold this little bit here across there, or rather like that, and I press the play button here, you can see it's the pin comes across, the roller comes to the capstan, and the pinch roller. I'll put it off again, and then you can see if I do it again, it springs back on again, and you can see the fast forward motor running as well. Or if I let it stop and I do this again, I press it here, you can see the left forward, backward motor, if you like, running, or the right fast forward motor, or the left again, and now the right again, and so on and so forth, you see. Now, I know that you know everything about this machine which you need to know, and there's not really much or anything I can tell you about it, but the whole purpose of doing this video is so that I can show you, at least, that it works, that it does work properly, and that there are no it's not broken. There are two very small minor things which I want to tell you. The first thing is a mechanical thing. I have to take this off again now, actually. I just didn't realise that. If I undo this bit here, if I undo that, you see, I can now pull this part off, and you will see the three-pronged bit underneath, which you will need if you're trying to play or use a reel, or if you're going to use an NAB adapter or a hub, whatever you like to call it. But of course you probably think, well, yes, but on the other side this is the same thing, and I must tell you, it probably is the same thing on the other side here, but it doesn't work, because if I undo this, I'm afraid I cannot get it off. It wobbles, it moves about, but I can't pull it off. Maybe I'm not strong enough. Maybe you are. Maybe you know something about it, which I don't. I could go and get a crowbar and have a go with that, but that is probably not such a good idea, so we'll forget that. I just say you'll have to use the three-prong thing on the other side, right? Now, I'm going to put a tape on it now, and what I should be doing first, I want to do two things, really. In one part, I want to show you that the play part of it works perfectly, and I also want to show you that the recording part works perfectly as well, which I should do my best to do, and I think it does. You will see it does work. Now, the first thing I shall do is I'll just play you a piece of music. That's a song which I wrote. I've used it in one of my own songs, especially because I didn't want to get any problems with the rights or copyright or things like that, you know. So the first thing I shall do is I shall play you something, and while I'm playing it, I shall push this button here, which will then, you can see the lights changing over here. What it's doing is it's changing from reel to what we call bobby. That's this metal thing in the middle here, which I'm using. I don't know what you call it. A metal thing. Now, if I push this here, I should be changing from 38 to 19, which you will definitely hear. Yeah, and then finally I shall then put it in fast forward and show you how this bit works. You know, so we can hear the tape running past the heads. But let's start off with a bit of music. I'll have to turn it up here a bit, so we can hear that. All right, and. Oh, we'll have to wait till the tape comes round, won't we? Well, here we go, right? I've been thinking about you for a million years. How much wine, how many tears? Thought I could never gonna change, ain't no doubt. You got to my heart, got to my soul. Sometimes you lose control. Why didn't you understand what you meant to me? Guess you're never ever gonna set me free. If I didn't know you, I want to meet you. So now you know that the playback part of it, the play part is okay, and the next thing I want to do is show you what the recording is like. It's a little bit difficult to demonstrate this to you because I can't use the channels separately, as it only has one erase head which goes right across the tape. So what I'm going to do is, I've got a microphone here, and this microphone goes across this little mixer over here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to start the tape recording now, you see, and I shall then record what I want to say and then play it back to you later, right? So this microphone is now going across this mixer, and it's in the middle now, and I'll turn it over to the left side, and you might notice that it drops, I would think 4 to 6 dB. Now I'll put it back to the middle, and then it's up where it should be again. I'll go across to the right side now. It might drop a little bit, but not much. Put it back in the middle now, and then I'll go across to the left side again too, and you notice it is about 4 dB lower than it should be. This is rather simple to explain, because the thing is, the thing has not been set up for the last 29 years. As you can hear, it sounds all right. There's nothing wrong with the highs or the lows or whatever like that. Nothing wrong with the S's, nothing wrong with any of that stuff. It's all right. It's just a little bit too quiet. So somebody will have to reset it, set it higher. If I knew how to do it, I know where to do it, but I don't know how, because I haven't got a tape to do it. I would do it, but I imagine you probably know how to do this yourself, because if you buy a thing like this today, you have to know how to set things up, because there is nobody else left who can do it. So I'll stop the tape now, and then I'll run it back to the beginning, and then I will listen to what I said and see if it makes any sense, if you can remember what I just said to you. Right. So this microphone is now going across this mixer, and it's in the middle now, and I'll turn it over to the left side, and you might notice that it drops, I would think 4 to 6 dB. Now I'll put it back to the middle, and then it's up where it should be again. I'll go across to the right side now. It might drop a little bit, but not much. Put it back in the middle now, and then I'll go across to the left side again too, and you notice it is about 4 dB lower than it should be. This is rather simple to explain, because the thing is, the thing has not been set up for the last 29 years. As you can hear, it sounds all right. There's nothing wrong with the highs or the lows or whatever like that. Nothing wrong with the S's, nothing wrong with any of that stuff. It's all right. It's just a little bit too quiet. So somebody will have to reset it, set it higher. If I knew how to do it, I know where to do it, but I don't know how, because I haven't got a tape to do it. I would do it, but I imagine you probably know how to do this yourself, because if you buy a thing like this today, you have to know how to set things up, because there is nobody else left who can do it. So I'll stop the tape in, so we finish up in the middle, and I'll stop it and run it back and play it back. Right, so you now know it does record. It records okay.